everyone, I'm Jay. This is Comfy Fat. Welcome back to Jay Learns Things. I'm hanging out with my friend Victoria. Vic, would you like to tell people what you do for a living and where they can find you on the internet?
My name is Victoria Donelda. I'm a beauty, fashion, lifestyle vlogger. You can find me all over the internet at Victoria Donelda. I'm a professional makeup artist and just generally trying to figure out life.
Vic, before we get started, can I ask you what pronouns you use?
I use she, her pronouns.
Awesome. I use they, them, theirs. Just want to keep putting that out into the universe so that everyone remembers. Part of Jay Learns Things is about me reaching out to people that I admire for a skill or passion they have and asking them if they'd be willing to teach me a thing. And it's not to say that I'm supposed to learn how to do that thing entirely by the end of this video, because we really film for like an hour and then it comes down to like 8 minutes and there's no way that I could perfect a skill like being a makeup artist at the end of this video.
No, I mean everybody on the internet's doing it, so you can.
All you need is an iPhone
and good lighting.
There you go.
And a face.
And a face. So when I was thinking about hanging out with Vic and having her teach me how to do makeup things, I was thinking, is that gonna make me feel weird, like gender-wise, to like have a full face of makeup on? It might. So I didn't want to really challenge that today. I thought, what is something that I think would not give me weird gender feels but be really fun to learn? And I've always been really into the magic that people do with eyebrows.
My favorite. To show you so many brow techniques, we got 4 brows.
We got 4 brows to work with
so that's a lot of techniques.
My first question is, where do you begin when you're thinking of doing brows?
So I like to look at myself a lot. So I kind of like to assess the natural shape of somebody's brow when I'm doing theirs or filling them in. So you'll have a lot of times when I'm doing people's brows, they will have sparseness at any given point on the brow. So when I'm looking at your brows, you have a nice full brow. You definitely have a slightly rounded but a more straight brow, which is very in.
Is it really in?
It is in. Oh. Lily Collins, that's her natural brow shape. It's very in. She's the face of Lancome, so.
I have no idea what that whole sentence was, but I believe you.
Very in.
How's this, babe?
It's really good. You look, wow. Something. My carve your brows like a turkey.
Damn.
So.
Wait, so what's this?
This is just some setting powder. So one of my favorite things to do, like if I'm doing makeup on somebody but they maybe are not a foundation wearer or they just want like a really natural brow, before I start I like to put a little bit of translucent powder through their brows to give a little bit of grip to whatever product I'm going to put in it.
Okay.
So I'm going to start by running a little bit of translucent powder through the brow. We're just going to use a universal brow pencil. This is a taupe color. So I'm going to start by brushing.
Should I not be moving my brow?
You're
like
not.
try not to like flex.
You're gonna flex on me. I think you're okay.
Okay.
I'll let you know if you're flexing too hard.
Okay. It's hard for me.
I am going to kind of do a quick eyebrow mapping. I'll use a brush so it's easier for you guys to see. The general rule when you're kind of looking at your brows is you want to go through the middle of the pupil, and going straight up from the pupil should be about where your arch is. So it looks pretty good on this side. You have straighter brows too, so I mean we're going to be following that more. Usually if you go from the outer corner of your eye diagonally to your hairline, that should be where your brow ends. And then if you go from the inner tear duct all the way up, that should be where your brow starts. That's not really the case anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't people like
really fluffy
really
brows
fluff
are in right now, so I'm finally trendy for the first time in my life.
Congrats.
Thank you. And I'm really playing off of it. So like if I look at my brows, they should, I shouldn't have any of this fur up here.
Yeah, I think that when I do like touch mine up to make sure that there's 2, I do a little bit on the edges because they're standing up and like coming towards each other.
Yeah, I kind of embrace that. I used to hate it, but now it's like a thing, and that was actually like a challenge that I've set for myself to like not be so controlling over things in my life. And that was one of the challenges I set for myself, was to like let something that I obsess over go. And it was good for me, and then also I like my brows better. So.
Yeah, Popo Queen.
My general plan of attack is the middle. Some people like to start at the front, some people like to go towards the back. I'm a middle person. I feel like if I can map out the arch, it just takes moments for me to figure out where everything else is gonna go.
So you're just like
right here,
gently painting on, like filling it in.
Yeah, like my strokes are
very light.
They're light. So my strokes are really, like I'm not going through and trying to get pigment. That's how you get a really strong blocky brow. We're doing more of a really light feathering.
Okay.
To get some really natural looking hairs. So one of the reasons why I think brows are so great is because great brows, like, you know, great, healthy, happy skin, it's, I think, for everyone. I don't see that as like a feminine specific thing. I see people all the time that have the best skin, the best brows, everything, and it is really, I think, a confidence booster for anyone.
I feel like you have to have a real steady hand, and I'm worried about that.
It helps, but you can also, there's so many tricks for that. You can anchor your elbow down on a table, and that helps a lot. I have helped a lot of people who have either not a steady hand, or they have just a variety of different circumstances that make it to where,
Like mobility issues and stuff,
that it's harder for them to do their own makeup. So if you can anchor yourself down on something, you really don't have to worry so much about if you have the steadiest of hands. So now we've made our way to the front, and I've still just been doing like really light strokes. So actually, let me give you a mirror, Jay, so you can see. You have to get a little closer.
Hella zoomed. Oh, cool.
So I've left the front for last. I tend to leave the front for last because I never know really what I'm going for until I get there. So for the front, I generally will take whatever I'm using, powder, whatever, and I will kind of turn my brush if I'm using a brush. So if I'm filling in the eyebrows, I'll be going kind of along with the brush horizontally. When I get up to the front, I always turn it and I start going vertically.
Oh.
Because that's going to give you that really youthful brow.
Right.
And at the end of the day, most of us want to look a little bit extra youthful. To start here, I am going to embrace your bushy brow.
Embrace the bush.
Embrace it.
That didn't.
All forms.
In all forms.
I'm going to start very gently kind of flicking up.
Do people do their brows only?
Yeah.
Is that a thing that I could do if I wanted to?
Yeah, a lot of my male makeup artist friends that I work with will do sometimes the base, sometimes no, but generally brows. Yeah, so something like that. Where the front's a little bit more filled in.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see the difference between the two brows. If we want some more texture to the brows, which I really like, that's not something I do on myself every single day. It is actually.
Okay.
Now that I think about it, I would like to retract that statement. So that means I will go in with like multiple kinds of products. So we just used a pencil. This gives us color, and then it's also a little bit of a waxy base. Sometimes I like to go in with a little bit of powder to really soften it and give some multi-dimensional flair. Multi-dimensionality. How would you say that? Multi-dimensional.
Dimensionality.
Oh yeah.
Multi-dimensionality.
Multi-dimensionality back to the brows. So I'll go in with a little bit of powder. For you, we're gonna go a little bit ashy, but not too dark. I want to kind of highlight the brows a little bit.
You're not using much of this at all.
No.
You're doing like a very light dab.
I think when people are finding brows to be challenging, it's usually just too much product.
Oh, okay.
From what I have seen. So this is a little bit of brow gel, and I always like to do a little bit of brow gel to finish off the look. So I'm just going to use a little bit through the front, and I like to kind of feather those hairs so they're standing up a little bit more, because that really gives us that texture. I like it. It's soft. It's believable. I think that's a big word.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Standing back here and looking at it, it looks so natural, and also it looks like you like just elevated your face.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
I don't mean that in like a rude way. I mean like it looks like you just added structure to your face, which is so cool.
My brows, naturally, it feels like now when I look at this one, I'm like, oh, it's not as thick as I want it to
Even though
be.
that's your fuller brow.
Okay.
You want to try your brow, and then I'll slap one of my own on?
Where are you putting your own?
Mine.
Oh.
I give you all your tools.
Okay, so I'm doing this brow now.
But don't be nervous. Like, really go for it.
I love this brow.
Good.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But remember, you're really gonna be matching it to this side of your face.
Right,
We're not gonna try to, Photoshop, just control, flip. Okay. We're not gonna try to do one of those. We really want it to match the side of your face.
I'll only look
Let me
at
look
this
at you straight on. This side of your face is a little higher. Just like how this side, is it your left side? Yeah.
Yeah.
So just how like my left side's a little bit higher, it's gonna just naturally
be a little different, and that's okay.
That's one of the reasons why I like a natural brow, is because it makes sense because it's supposed to be natural. It's supposed to be imperfect. When you are out here with your dip brows trying to do these perfect eyebrows, it's really hard because that's when people can super notice asymmetry within the face.
Right.
Camera too.
So I'm going to try to replicate this brow, but its natural version over here. So first we're starting with this. This is a powder for making it so that stuff sticks.
Yep.
What's it called?
Just a translucent powder.
Translucent powder. How much? Just a little dab.
Yeah.
I feel that this is already hard. There's nothing on it.
You won't see it.
Oh, how much do I? How do I know how much to do?
You just like will run it through.
Oh.
You're not really going for like setting or anything. You just want some of that slip under there so the product will glide over the top.
Okay, maybe this is enough.
Yeah.
You're holding a brush like a Neanderthal.
I tried this way, but that felt too.
What about this hand? What about
That's
using?
my left hand.
Alright, try it.
What?
See? You mean you really don't need the control. Translucent powder doesn't show up anywhere else, so if it's easier for you to use your closest hand, that's how I do makeup now.
Next, we're gonna do the brow pencil, and it's a taupe vibe.
You don't have to teach it.
I'm learning.
Okay.
This is how I learn.
Okay.
This is a nice universal brown.
Universal brown taupe situation. And this was the feather thing.
Yep.
And then artiste. I think I went a little too far over you.
That's okay. I'll show you how to erase.
I love an erase. Oh, so what do I do with it?
So you'll just kind of like run it around the spot that you want to take product away, because that powder's underneath too. It should help with like the moving, the slip. It does both.
Did I do it? I think I did it. Or I just moved the hairs in a different direction.
And sometimes that's all you need.
So I think I need to go a little bit darker because the other one's darker. Am I right?
Yeah.
Celebrate the bush.
Can you make merch?
Oh my god.
Celebrate the bush.
Oh my god.
But it's like eyebrows, but like we all know it's like not just about the eyebrows.
Please.
That's a really good shirt.
I'd like to pre-order.
How does this look?
Looks good. Do you feel good? Do you feel like they're
I feel
comparable?
something close to good
Like
about
they
it.
should, like they, you feel like they are related?
Distantly,
That's fine.
like cousins.
And then we'll go in and add a little bit of dimension and texture.
It's the dimension time.
And I'll even give you a hint of what colors I used.
These two. Oh,
Oh, you was paying attention.
but
two.
this was the very light. Boop, boop.
Yep.
Okay.
Give it a good tap.
Where?
For anything hard.
Oh, there. Okay. Is it fluffing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe you.
So you feel
Do I
like you
need
have
to-
some dimension? I would do maybe a little bit more. Maybe another touch.
on both?
And go through the front tap. Yes. And then for the front, I like to turn my brow brush this way because it really helps me get that straight stroke.
So I'm going up.
Yep.
She turned it like this.
Think about how she turned it and then how your hand should be going toward your face.
Do you want to see it with my hand?
I didn't know there was geometry involved.
So,
oh,
going
okay.
up like
Straight
this.
on.
Mhm.
Okay, got it. That's harder.
Yes.
Did I do it?
Yes.
Oh my god, I did do it.
And we'll set that with the brow gel.
Oh,
too.
right. Okay.
Very good.
I've got eyebrows. This is... It's mascara for your brows.
It's just brow gel, so think of it more as like gel for your hair. It has a little bit of color to it.
Can I like edit undo this or no?
Yeah, we can fix. We got magic erase.
Because I feel like it's like clumping.
You just gotta comb it out real quick before it sets.
Texture.
I
Yay!
think you did
Do
it.
you want to see yourself like
Yeah.
in the monitor? 'Cause
Yeah.
I think it looks really good. Like
It does look good. I do look elevated.
Favorite phrase of 2019.
Well, now I'm just doing stretches. So what's
Now.
next?
You are going to fill in my other brow.
Here we go. So we're starting with our translucent powder. Again, not sure how much or when to stop.
One pass through should be good. Yeah, but
Okay.
you can add that. Yeah.
So we're doing feathering with this darker pencil now. Maybe this should be the thumbnail. Do you feel awkward doing this with people, like when you're in their face and you're like not talking?
No. If they're late for their appointment, there's no talking.
Oh.
Because if you've cut my time in half because of your poor planning, you need to be quiet and let me just do your makeup.
Yeah, I love that.
So if you ever want to go through and like blend it, you can just like kind of brush through until you can see a little bit more fluidity.
Yes.
Within the line.
Love that word.
It's a good word.
Hell yeah!
And then last moment. Brow gel. You did it!
I did do it. I did brows. They're not perfect. This is my first time doing brows. Alright, y'all, I think that's it. Thank you so much, Vic, for teaching me how to make eyebrows happen.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate you being patient with me and being so kind.
It's just another day at the office.
Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel because I put out videos sometimes. Thanks, everyone. Hearts and rainbows. Bye.
Bye.